Intervarsity Christian Fellowship. Me and Christian had the idea to do this debate because, one, we had an invite for the formal debate that they have for student government, but it was only for a limited amount of people. And we wanted the whole student body to be able to have an opportunity to sit in, ask questions, and see who is the person that they want to vote for. On several occasions this past couple of weeks, I asked the question, one, do you know that elections are in a couple of weeks? You know what answer I got?
No.
No. I said, two, do you know who's running? You know the answer I got?
No.
No. I asked the third question, do you know the parties that are running? Some people knew, but the majority was no. So I felt that it was really imperative for us to do this because we're educated people here, all of us here. We made it into school, and we're seeking to and striving to better ourselves. And with that comes the participation in government, whether it be on a student government level or on a USA politics level. And if we practice a sense of apathy in student government, we definitely will carry that into American politics, and that's not something that we want to carry. Politics has helped us all get to where we are today. So whether you like it or not, it is something for you to be a part of. Because people went through politics to get us where we are today. One specifically that I'll speak off the top of my head because he's the only one that is ringing straight forward is Martin Luther King. If he had not worked through that, we would not have seen things happen. With that said, opening up any other questions that people want to have before we go into the debate portion. Cool. Huh? Oh, okay. So both parties ready? All right, so what I'm going to do is have each person speak about themselves, so you get to know actually who is this person in the flesh that you may or may not be voting for. So I'm going to start to my right.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Dueck. I'm running for president. I'm a member of the PhD party. I'm currently a lower tier junior in college. I'm doing pre-pharmacy right now. I've been involved in my community since I was younger in high school, I guess. I would visit people who are sick. I visited elderly patients, deliver food to needy people. And what I'm really striving for in this school is to give a voice to the average student. I want every single person to feel part of this community, and that's what I'm here for. Thank you.
Okay, my name is David Orpali. I am currently in my second year. I entered September 2009. Although I am a sophomore, I have junior standing. I am a pre-med student here at Brooklyn College. I'm majoring in psychology, minoring in biology. Basically, right now I've been involved in Maimonides Medical Center. I did some research in the emergency medicine field. I'm involved in a club here at Brooklyn College called Pre-Health Professions Club. If any of you have ever heard of it. We basically advise pre-health profession students and plan events which help them guide them through their experience here as an undergrad. I'm running for assemblyman or delegate on the PhD party. We want to try to have, as Jonathan said, the voice of the average person in Brooklyn College's voice heard. We have clubs, fine. You know, they only represent a small portion of Brooklyn College. We want to have the other 12,000 students be represented.
All right, I have the bio for Handel Edwards. The second is a junior majoring in political science and philosophy of law. Since his start at Brooklyn College, Handel has always been interested and involved in student activities and in club life. His freshman year, he became an active member of several student clubs as well as student government. That first year, he served on the legislative branch as an assemblyman, and due to his visible potential, he was voted into the executive branch as vice president his sophomore year. As vice president, Handel received training on how to operate as president, and this training followed through the following year when he was appointed to executive treasurer. Handel has shown his dedication to the campus through his dedication to the student government and his consistent involvement. He is very concerned with campus life and students being able to obtain the college experience that they desire before they transition into higher education or professional work atmosphere.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamelia. Currently in CLAS Student Government Assembly as Academic Affairs Chairperson. I'm a junior English education major. Thank you.
Louis is not here yet. I wanted him to speak a little bit about the purpose of student government. Because I believe that part of the reason people are so apathetic is that they don't know the purpose of it. They know that some of their tuition goes towards the student government and activities of clubs. So as soon as he gets here, we'll continue on that portion. But for the sake of time, we're going to get into the questions. So there's 16 questions in total. More than likely, we will not be able to touch all of them, but we're going to seek to pinpoint the answers to as many as possible. So I'm going to have Christian Paylor-Smith come up, who is going to be moderating this portion.
Thank you. And just in time to introduce CLAS President.
Hello everybody, my name is Louis DiMaggio. I'm the current College of Liberal Arts and Sciences President, daytime students. If you don't know the structure, did we go over the structure? 3 student bodies on campus. Daytime, evening, grad. Daytime we have about 11,000 students. Evening we have about 1,500 students. And grad we have about 4,000 to 5,000 students. Your current student government presidents include myself, Michael Simon for SGS, and Robert Adjemang for the graduate students. So every year you have elections, you select your candidates, and whoever gets the highest number of votes, popular vote wins. At Brooklyn College we do it by political parties, which is why we have our political parties here today. Based on the experiences that we went through this year, I'll just share a bit of what student government should do for the students. And one thing which we still need to improve in is communication, to create better communication so that students can reach out, not just to student government, but also to the administration and faculty when they're in questions. Sometimes I know it's very difficult to go to faculty or administration because there's a form of intimidation where they are your boss or they're the one that gives you the grade. So the question is, how do you mitigate that and how do you find a solution? And one way is to go through student government, your elected officials, and also through student affairs, which is in Boylan 2113. Just to see what else I could talk about our office. All the student government offices are on the 3rd floor of this building. Our office of CLAS is 311. And that's where you can come either via making an appointment through email or just stopping by. When we have our office hours, you can meet with us. This year it's been a little hectic, so I prefer appointment only because sometimes I'm in the office and then I run across the street. My job has been to represent the students. I'm your voice If it's not in the strategic planning process, which is our plan for the next 5 years for the school, it's to represent you at the Brooklyn College Association, which is when student clubs and organizations come to ask for grants, etc. Or it's also to make sure that the election process may be smoother for all of those involved. I actually just came from the College-wide Election Review Committee meeting to wrap up a few things. For example, we will have a task force to address concerns regarding CLAS elections so that we can make our recommendations to the body so that it's a bit smoother. But I like this to be interactive, so as I am the current sitting CLAS president, if you have any questions about anything in particular that you would like answered at this time, feel free before we continue with the questions. Okay, and this is, it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on, we're all here to represent students, so any questions at all, student, faculty?
Are you part of a political party yourself?
Currently, yes. I'm part of the United Students League.
Is that a little bit biased?
Well, I hope that my statements thus far have been unbiased, but I do have good relations with both sides. So I think as a sitting president, I think that's why Christian and the Intervarsity Christian Fellowship asked me to just say a few words. You are right in terms of perceived bias, but I'm here simply as your rep. So that's a good question. I'm sure you got a question. Come on, guys. It could be a random question. It could be, oh, yes.
How can students become involved with student government?
Well, that's part of the issue. We need to make sure that it's easier to understand, and that's what it will be a part of the task force's job. In the fall, what we hope to do is to make sure that everybody gets an email about how you can get involved. There's several ways, not just student government, but we have campus-wide committees. Campus-wide committees are composed of faculty, staff, administration, and students. All right, not all of the committees have students on them, but most do. For example, one particular committee is Policy Council. Policy Council has equal representation of students, administration, and faculty. And they generally address questions or issues that have to do with the campus at large. So for example, we have the tobacco policy issue that was discussed at Policy Council. We actually had an issue regarding students dropping off their books at the library after hours. Why isn't there a book slot? That was also brought up. But then it didn't really go through. Now, if you have questions about that later, you can reach out to me, but it's not that we do bring these issues to the table, and we do our best to bring any issues that you have. The important thing is to bring it to light so that others see it, and then we can move forward on any student issues. So yes.
Another question. How does the student government affect us as students? And why should we be participants of it?
Well, bottom line is, I know a friend who once told me that what we do here at Brooklyn College will then extend into the general America, so to speak, into the world. All right, so if we, per se, don't interact with one another in this way, let's say on a basic level of student government, then what happens when we graduate and then there's actual city council, state assembly, and legislature, and our Congress? If we don't try to reach out and bring students to quote-unquote activism now, then we're doing a disservice to our community at large. So it's important actually that we try to get more students involved so that they know the way that, for lack of a euphemism at this time, bureaucracy works. Bureaucracy isn't a word that a lot of people like, but believe me, there are structures and procedures in place that are in place so that not only can we address issues that affect us, but we also allow for due process so someone doesn't get the wrong end of the bargain. I mean, let's say that you really don't like a particular professor because they did something. Well, that professor also has rights, and we must take those into account. So it's these things are balanced so that we can have our vote and rights, but that at the end of the day we make sure that gets hurt in the process.